That behind me, that's blue sky. And well, there's a little bit of a breeze in the air. Sun is shining. Doesn't that blue look fab? That's why we're here in Portugal, of course. Sunshine. And we've got some projects to do today, as always. This one's going to be pretty, well, it's the start of something a lot bigger than just, you know, building a small project here, a small project there, building a road, that kind of stuff. Although building a road is a pretty big project. This project is going to be probably spanning over the next few weeks. We'll see how long it takes, and also how that weather holds up, how it's going to be in a few days time or a few weeks time. If that rain starts to come back and cause us some trouble, we can't build too much when it's raining like that, because it doesn't just, you know, pitter patter, it absolutely heavens open and it just collapses on top of us. So previously we've been working on this outside deck area, which eventually will be an outside kitchen. I've got some ideas for that as well that I'm thinking about getting started on fairly soon, that kitchen section and a pizza oven, that kind of stuff. Not just yet though. And then after that, we worked on this path that's come all the way around here, looking pretty fab. I'm very pleased with the way the grass is coming along both sides of that path as well. Isn't that a fab view? And then we worked on this little ramp that's coming up here. Now, next part of this project, what I'm trying to do with all of these projects is link the farm together and make it usable, make it practical, but also make it feel like it flows, so that if you're in one part of the farm, you can easily navigate yourself to the other part of the farm without thinking, okay, which direction should I go? Let's just make it really like connected. And that's the big part of this whole project. What we're trying to do with all of the farm is landscape it so it feels connected. That, you know, the wild swimming pool that we've also started, and I've been getting a lot of quotes and a lot of pricing in for some membranes for that, so that project hopefully will start before Christmas. So that the wild swimming pool area, that will feel connected to the veg garden, and the veg garden and the wild swimming pool area will feel connected to the house, and the tiny house will feel connected to the house, and then everything feels connected to this area down here, the lawn area. And then of course we've got the road that we're knocking up at the moment. Hopefully that will feel like a grand entrance to something that is all linked in. That's the plan anyway, long-term plan. Let's see how we go. But so stop waffling. Basically the plan for today and the next few weeks is to link in the garden to this terrace right in front of me, and try and make that usable. So here's what we're going to be doing.
If you're new around here, we're the Newbys. I'm Tara, this is John, and these are our two little boys, Crusoe and Sawyer. We've been renovating this abandoned farm in northern Portugal for over a year, converting outbuildings, creating outdoor living spaces, expanding the family, and making some gnarly abandoned homes livable. Now we're gearing up for a monumental task. Join us as we prepare to knock it all down and build our very own dream home here on our land. But before we can do that, we're facing our toughest season yet. Living in a home that has just 2 rooms with 2 little boys who are under the age of 3 and a very wet winter ahead. Question is, can we handle it?
This area right here, this we think was the old pigsty and chicken coop back in the day, when this will have been a vineyard farm with lots and lots of grapevines and basically a bit more of a working farm than it is today. In previous episodes around about this time last year, maybe a bit earlier, we took a whole bunch of these breeze blocks from this old pigsty and we used them for other projects like the couch in the swimming pool and what was the other project? Oh, and when we built the greenhouse as well, we took a whole bunch of blocks from here and used them as the foundation. So what's the plan? Well, we take this small middle part here and we build the walls up to about this height here. And then we put a bit of a roof on it. And then over the top of that, we pour a whole bunch of soil so it kind of blends in with the landscape around here. And then we plant lots of plants on top of it. make the path go out the front and meander its way down to the lawn area. But this will be, I think, plenty big enough for a nice sized lawnmower, and it'll also be big enough for a few bits and pieces on shelves around the sides, and hopefully it'll keep everything nice and dry and mean that I don't have to go to the knock garage, which will probably be knocked down. Nice door of sorts, you know, carpentry door, we can do something fancy with that. Let's see. Knock down those walls over there, get rid of all of that, and then take the soil up like this and over. I'm not quite sure where we're going to get that soil from, but what I do know is we can recycle as much of this stuff around here and use it for the walls and just tidy up this whole area. It's gonna look fab.
I am so genuinely excited to introduce today's sponsor, because this is a product that I use every single day and a company who I genuinely believe in and who are doing so much good. This is Wild, and they're something of a bathroom revolution. Their all natural deodorant is something that I made the switch to over a year ago, and I have never and will never look back. These are their refillable capsules, which you slide into your customizable case. But everything about this is either recyclable or completely compostable. Their deodorants are free of nasty things like aluminiums, sulfates, and they're constantly releasing different fun scents to complement the seasons. Currently, we've got Prosecco and Winterberries, spiced orange and pear, and fresh mountain air. This one is particularly good for you, my love.
Does it smell like fresh mountain air?
It smells like fresh showered men.
Great.
I'm particularly excited about the refillable shower gel. Gifts that do good this year are what it's all about. These guys have saved over 102 tons of plastic waste from going into landfill. The other reason I'm super excited to share it with you today is that Wild have extended their biggest ever discount to our subscribers. So please use the QR code that's popped up on your screen here now and our code TheNewbys2023 to get 30% off your Wild purchase. I keep an eye out for Wild discounts so that when I do my restocks, I bag myself a deal, and these big discounts don't stick around for long. The last time we did an ad for Wild, a few of you messaged to say, thanks so much, Tara, for the recommendation of Wild. I saw it in Sainsbury's this morning and I made my purchase, which I loved hearing. But if you've been wanting to give this stuff a try, please use our links below. It really, really helps to support our channel, and it's such an easy way to do that. We have just come out of the most insane weekend of storms. Literally 2 massive ones. I'm going the wrong way, back to back. And well, the greenhouse has kind of suffered a little bit. So I'm gonna head up there now and go and get the panels back in place, but also give it a little bit of kind of a better chance of survival. So we bought some silicone yesterday, and I'm gonna go and silicone the panels into place in the hope that the next time a big storm rolls around and some strong winds, it'll all be okay, and I won't have to run around the farm picking up panels. Oh, Crusoe would love that. T-Rex glue? Nice. Right, let's go and see how this works. I think I need John's help. I don't know how to cut that open. Definitely something that I would hurt myself doing. Let's go ask a professional. Thanks, darling.
Have you got the machine? You squeeze it through?
Nope. Forgot about that.
How are you going to get the glue out?
Well, I would have thought about it when I tried, and then I would have come back and got it.
What are you going to do? Just go like that?
I hadn't thought it through. Darling, you know me well enough to know that I don't think things through from the beginning. I go and try, and then I'm like, oh, it's not working, and then I come back and I try something else.
Let's go. You need this.
Thank you. You're the best. Have you got a knife? Oh no, it's at the chicken coop. Hey, all right.
Glues nowadays are absolutely amazing, and if you go into your local hardware store, they're called all kinds of things. You know, this one's got a T-Rex on the front of it. I suppose that means that it's super growly hard. Others are called sticks like, and others are called no nails and stuff like that, although no nails I've never found to be particularly good. What I will say about them though is that they are, for the most part, really awesome.
Chemistry at work.
Chemistry at work. This particular one, and there are lots of them out there. I've never used this one, so I don't know whether it's, you know, particularly the T-Rex caught my eye. I thought Crusoe would like it, but this one you can put onto water and it will still cure,
Wow.
which is perfect for that greenhouse. Finally, what I'm going to do with the end bit is I wouldn't seal all the way around each one.
Okay, just blobs, you said.
I just put a couple of blobs. I would dry it a little bit before
Yeah.
you put the glue in.
Yeah.
And I'm going to open it up so that the glue comes out quite quickly.
Okay.
Right, pick up a piece of plastic. Yeah, so you don't have to, excuse me.
Squeeze too hard.
So you don't have to squeeze the handle too hard.
Okay, good, because that handle I find quite difficult sometimes. Ta-da! Okay, stop.
Good.
Good work. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Right, so what are we working with up here? Well, take a look at this. Over the weekend and the hardcore storm, we lost this entire back panel. So I think the whole thing just needs to be siliconed. I've also realised we didn't actually take off the plastics properly. Hello, Mr. Spider. Are you alive? Yeah, you are. Okay. Yeah, so I need to silicone all of this. My lovely African prayer flags, I think, should go into storage for the winter because they're just getting a wee bit mouldy. I need to get the windows back into place because they've all slipped. And some of these panels, as you can see, have popped. So all of it basically just needs a giant stick down. I'd also then like to rescue what lettuce is edible. The rest of it I think I'm going to lift. I'm going to make some pesto out the stuff in the back there. And basically just sort this place out because it's now time. It just needs to be done. First things first, rescue the panels from behind here. There's the long one and the little one is there. There we go. Right. Let's get that glue going, shall we? I think I'm going to start just gluing and see how it goes. What we find with most of these things is the best way to learn what's going to work is to just try and see what happens. So, let's see what happens. John said just little blobs every 10 centimeters or so inside these gaps. I hear little feet. Hi, buddy.
This has got donuts.
Donuts?
Open it.
Where did you find these?
Because it's in Liz's house.
Oh, from Liz's house.
Yeah,
Cool.
want to eat it?
Oh, is that an almond?
Yeah, almond.
Yummy.
What's in here?
Thanks, buddy. Mommy's trying to glue the greenhouse. Right, so that's the first panel glued. Some of them have stuck, some of them the gaps are a bit big, you can't quite get it to cure. I don't know, we'll see. Let's see how it holds. We'll let it do its thing. And then we'll let it do its thing and then check, I suppose, a bit later and see how it's holding out. I don't know enough about stuff to know how long to wait for it to cure. But anyway, let's just keep going, I suppose. Get it all in place. Hope for the best. So there were a couple of things I wanted to talk about while I was in here. And the first thing was just acknowledging that it's been a really busy time for us with ads and promos and stuff. And I think we've always wanted to be super transparent about how those work with the brands that we work with. Hello, buddy. I've got another one.
Yeah.
Yummy.
Mommy,
Yeah.
open it.
Please.
Please. Oh, really hard.
Is it really, really hard? Ta-da! Yummy. Thanks, Mum.
Yeah, Mom.
I always laugh to myself when I'm doing things like this, thinking that if John edits this video, he's going to watch me and go, what's she doing? Anyway, we all have our methods. Anyway, I wanted to talk to you guys about brand sponsorships because I'm really conscious, both John and I are really conscious that the last couple of months with Black Friday and Christmas coming up, we've been doing a lot more ads than we normally do for brands that have got in touch wanting to work with us. And if you don't know how that all works, that's probably our primary source of income. We do get paid, of course, by YouTube with the ad revenue from the ads that come up during the video. But YouTube, of course, takes about 60% of that revenue from the advertisers. So we don't get as much as, to be honest, we need. We've got a humongous project here. We're trying to build an entire home. So we do, obviously, want to work as hard as we can and, you know, make the money that we need to be able to do the projects we want to do on the farm. So the brand sponsorship side of things is a big thing and a big part of that. And we always try and choose brands that we truly believe in and that we think will really resonate with you. They always need to be things that we need and that we would use in our own lives, that we think you would need and use in your own lives. We never want to promote consumerism just for the sake of it or anything like that. So the most important thing I'd say on it is, even if you don't want to purchase the thing that we're promoting, I would be so grateful, and so would John, if you would always click on the links below. Whenever there's a paid for promotional link, it really, really makes the biggest difference to our channel and is such an easy way and free way to support us and everything that we're doing here. So thank you so much. You know that we're super grateful for all of your support, and I hope that that kind of clears anything up. And you know, it might have just felt like it was quite a busy time with ads, because it has for us felt like a busy time with ads. So I just wanted to acknowledge that and say thank you for clicking on the links. And thank you for supporting it, and I really hope that lots of you have kind of come across something new that you've enjoyed. You know, I know a few of you have bought AG1 and a couple of you bought some new t-shirts for the men in your life, and that makes me really happy because they're brands that we really love and we really love working with, we love using in our own lives, and if we can share that just as we would with our own family and friends with you guys, then that makes me really happy. That was a lot of rain, eh? Oh, you're staying here where it's dry. Got company. Hello, Miss Fudza. Hello, Miss Fudza. Okay. Would you like a lettuce? I've been hiding in here for about half an hour now. I think I can go back. It's not raining that much. It's just quite peaceful. I like being up here. Anyway, the other thing I wanted to talk to you about while I was up in this greenhouse is something that we've been kind of umming and ahhing about, but I think it's such a lovely idea. With Christmas coming up, not that long away now, and with the kind of amazing sense of community that we feel with all of you and how wonderful you are to us every single week in our comments, we thought it would be really wonderful for us all to kind of come together as a community. So our challenge to you is pick somebody in the comments below to say hello to and to start chatting to. We know that some of you are housebound because of illness, you're alone for your first Christmas, or you're alone for another Christmas. And we kind of hope that maybe by facilitating an introduction amongst our community, that maybe you make a new friend across the world. the things that bring people together are things that we all have in common. And thanks to you, wonderful bunch, the thing that we all have in common is this channel. And it would be lovely to use that as a force for good this Christmas in some small way. And all I'd say, without bringing down the mood, is please be careful on here as well. It is the internet. Sometimes it can be a dark and funny place. Don't ever give your personal details out to somebody. Don't ever give anybody your bank account details or your address or your phone number or anything like that. You know, all we're kind of suggesting is a little chat in our comments section or over email with a stranger from across the world. You never know, you might have something in common with. Yeah, we hope that's a fun idea. Be safe, folks, be careful and enjoy. And thank you all for being a part of it, because it's thanks to you that we can carry on doing what we're doing and spend so much time with our beautiful boys and have this incredible life, which, especially at the moment with what's been going on in the world, we're just acutely, unbelievably grateful for. And if we could share some of the joy and happiness that we feel in our hearts and minds when we do all of this with all of you, it would really mean a lot. So say hi to somebody, let us know how you get on, and thank you all so much for being a part of our little world here on the interweb.
That's really hard work, man. I remember when we were taking the blocks out to go and do the other projects, how long it took and how hard work it was. Oh, that is really hard. So we got a load of the blocks down. I think we'll take a break from bashing things up and start putting together some sort of framework for the inside. Build a few walls, why not? That's good. Okay, as with all things on this farm, everything is not planned really anyway, not in advance. We get a good idea of what we'd like to do and then we go ahead and we start building it. But the main reason for that is we don't really know how we're gonna finish it, how it's gonna look when it's finished. And so building door frames first before we build walls, it may seem a little bit backwards way of doing this, but what it helps me to do is to be able to visualize how big this space is going to be, how useful it's going to be, what's going to fit in it, and how, most importantly, how tall it's going to be. Now, you might wonder, why is that particularly important? Well, it really is. What we don't want to do is build anything anywhere on this farm that obstructs any view from any angle. And if it is getting in the way a little bit, it should add to the beauty of that view. It shouldn't take away. I'm not saying this is going to be an ugly building. I hope it's going to be absolutely fantastic. Right now I'm envisaging a bright yellow door or a bright red or a bright blue door with a little window in the middle of it and stuff like that, flowers around it. So hopefully it's going to turn out and look really beautiful. But what we don't want to do is build a really big, beautiful house on the top of a hill that's got to look at the back of a mound of dirt, rather than looking at a splendid view over there. So before I build anything more, before I start looking at building walls and putting cement and brick down, I'm just going to take a little walk around the area and have a look and see how it's likely to be when the mound of dirt is on top of the building. Let's do it. So this will be the first angle. So if we imagine the mound of dirt is like that, kind of coming over. Do you know what? I don't think it's going to take too much away from this particular view here. I'm very confident that if that's like that, this view here will be cooler. It'll look better, you know? It's just going to be really pretty with a little lip over the top like that. Maybe it comes like that down the other side. Okay, so I'm comfortable with the sides that way. There isn't very much of a view, to be honest. If we go and we have a look this way, you know, that's only going to improve the view, to be honest. Except for when the house is there. But anyway, I don't think that that's going to be an obstacle. Let's have a look up here. If we just scramble up the side of this. There we go. Okay. So this is going to be where the big house is being built. And we're going to be looking down this way. So kitchen window is going to be somewhere up here. We're going to have to do something about that view. I think cut a couple of branches out and open up that view so we can see all the way down the valley. But for now, that doesn't look like it's in any way getting in the way. Let's just go over in this corner, which should be the most noticeable. There we go. There it is. There's the door. So the mound of dirt's going to go like this. I don't think that's going to get in the way of any view, is it? It might look a bit, because it'll be sort of like that, I guess. So we'll lose a little bit of the, what won't we see? I think it'll be fine. Much taller, I think, and it would be hard. You know, because it'll just look like it's some sort of blob stuck on the edge there. But I think the size it is, I'm happy with that. Comments below, thoughts, ideas, let me know. Always keen to hear from you. But I think that's going to be great. Right, let's keep going. See how we get along. See what it looks like in a few hours' time. Sun's shining, it looks beautiful out there. Do you know, I might even pause and mow the lawn. It's one of those days, the lawn hasn't been mowed in forever, so everything's getting a bit out of hands down there. Sun's shining, man. What does an Englishman do when the sun shines surely it's one last mow before you put the lawnmower away forever, which, by the way, is going to be going in there. I mean, it's as Tara might say, serendipity. So let's give that lawn a quick mow. Okay, that's it. I don't honestly think that that's the last time that I'm going to mow the lawn this year, because it's still quite warm. Look, t-shirt. But it's definitely going to be one of the last times. I've been putting extra seed down and trying to get it to grow as well. So next year we've got well-established grass. I talk about my lawn a lot, don't I? I know I do. All right, let's just take this lawnmower to its new home that isn't quite finished yet, and then have it ready for when it is.